Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Firstly, just want to say thank you very much for all the support shown on my last video. It seemed like it helped a lot of people out. A lot of people were saying how inspirational it was. I'm not trying to do that sort of thing. Although I've done quite a lot in my life that a lot of people would like to do. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm a motivational speaker or anything like that. I'm not here for motivation. I'm just telling you guys what's gone through in my life. And what's most likely going to happen to you guys is if you start learning to educate yourself in the foreign exchange market. So basically I just wanted to recap on last week saying about how I rewatched my video and I thought I sort of missed out a little bit of information. I'll still stick by what I said, was that the technical side, so the analysis of the Forex market, is very simple. Anyone can learn how to do that within 1 month. In my opinion, it's the easiest part of the whole process, basically. What the difficult situation is, what's really difficult about the Forex market is your mindset. What I'm going to do now, in the midweek, I'm going to go through some of the books that I read, because that's what helped me the most. When I first started out, I thought, this is easy. Click buy, click sell. Okay, I want it to go to this area. And it's the fact that you don't realise that what happens is that you will get them wrong. Okay, think of it as a game of football. You have a game plan. That game plan can give you 10 winning games, but there'll always be one team that may be just better than you in general. Okay, and that's what the Forex market is. Because we're retail traders, we're not trading huge bank amounts of money. Banks are trading millions and billions of lots where we're just trading small amounts of money. So you will never really always be correct. There's traders out there only making 30-35% win rate, but they're still ending up profitable, mainly just because they've got their risk management down to the key. I might have explained this already in my past video, but I just wanted to go through it again quickly. So when I say that Forex is simple, it's just a simple terms of learning when to buy and when to sell, because that is the simple part. So basically I just wanted to get that out of the way, guys. It's all about your mindset. You need to get some books. I've got now like a little mini library, to be honest with you. I've been reading now for 18 months. Some of the books that I'd recommend, Trading in the Zone. That's one of the best. I think that cost me quite a lot of money. I think that cost me about 50 euros, but because I'm in Spain, I wanted it in English, so that might be why. I think it won't actually be that much for you guys. So Trading in the Zone is my favourite of all time. Think and Grow Rich was another good one. I've just finished Awake the Giant Within, Awaken the Giant Within or something, by Tony Robbins. That's another good one. And The Compound Effect. The Compound Effect I actually don't see very often around here, but these books have helped me so much. And Rich Dad Poor Dad is another one, but I'll do a video on what I've read and what I think is really the best books to read for your mind. And then, you know, there's a lot more books out there that I've probably missed out on as well. But basically, yeah, reading has helped me a massive amount in the foreign exchange market. As much as you'd think that, you know, why would that make any sense? But it's just your mind. As I say, it's the mindset that's the difficult part of the process. Also, I would say that you need to sort of have a good partner behind you. If you're in a relationship, there's going to be a massive amount of sacrifice. My girlfriend actually said last Friday how I don't pay enough attention other than if there's charts, and that's the truth. I probably don't. There's times where she's talking to me, but I'm trying to, you know, trying to find an entry on a trade, and yeah, it does. So, but she understands that. She understands the life that we're getting now. You know, we take a lot of holidays, and when I go on holidays, I don't open the charts. That's our time. I've just been able to put my little girl through private education, which is another big thing for me, and these sort of things are all coming from the foreign exchange market. So it's always good to understand that as you're starting out, so when we were starting out, it was actually a hard part in the relationship, was trying to get the partner to understand and things like that, and it will most likely go through your point, depending obviously how, you know, far into the relationship you are. Me and my girlfriend already had a baby. We was together for 5 years before I started educating myself, so it was a bit tough. And you know, back when we first came to Spain, we were almost homeless at one time. We were 6 months behind on rent, very cheap rent as well, and there was times where we was literally having to feed the baby, and we'd have to go without food because we had such little money. And I think that sort of side of it, because we started making money again for through a job, because I actually got given a decent job for once in Spain, which is, in my opinion, one of the hardest things. So if you're thinking about moving to Spain, think very carefully on it. And I think she was a bit worried that we'll end up backtracking to that position, because I was also, as I said in the last video, was building a business. So just remember, when you're learning to get into the foreign exchange market, that you will need to make sacrifices. Times where you'll be like, okay, I need to see what's happening. You know, I need to go on the charts, I need to get behind the computer, but your wife's like, I want to go out and do something, but you're like, okay, well, you're gonna have to wait an hour, you know? So just bear this sort of information in mind. And what I want to do is I'm going to do a bit more videos like this, like videographies, and talk a little bit more about mindset, in my opinion, and how I overcome my losses. I think will be a good video to do. Day in the life type of videos are quite popular right now, where people are doing, you know, what their day-to-day things are. To be honest with you, I can do something like that, but my days aren't, you know, any better than yours. You know, I wake up and I walk my dogs, you know, and most of the time I'll sit behind the charts for a bit and stuff like that. You know, those are going online with a Lamborghini on the driveway and £1 million house, stuff like that. Most of them aren't even trading. Most of them are influencers, getting you guys to pay for signals or pay for this and pay for that. They're not always traders, okay guys? So when you see this life, there is a good fair few that are making big money, and there is a possibility of making big money. And that's my goal. In 5 years, as I said in my last video, I want to have my own trading floor. I want to be able to give people funds to open an account with. I want to be the funder and not anything else, you know. And that's my 5-year goal, and that will be what everyone's goal is, you know. If you're going to go into the Forex market, you need to be driven to get involved in the market. You can't just go in and say, oh, I just want to make a bunch of money and go buy houses and this and that. It doesn't work. You need to get in the market. You need to enjoy chart time. I love chart time. I love sitting behind the charts. I love looking at what prices are doing. I like following the news, and that's what you all need to learn to do. I didn't at first, to be honest with you. The first start out, I was a little bit, oh, do I have to watch the news? Is the news even important? And so forth. And the news isn't massively. There's websites with information of what's happening and so on. That's called forexfactory.com. That's what I personally use. I think there's some others, but Forex Factory for me is probably the best website you can use to know about important news and important forecasts and so forth. I might have already explained that in one of my videos. But yeah, what I'm going to do is, as well, at the end of the video, I'm going to go through what I'm expecting the markets to do. Hopefully for you who actually are trading now, we'll start making some decent money. Now, the next thing that I'm going on to now is, as you might have watched my last video, you may have heard of me mention about actually starting an educational group. That's already begun. I've started doing the education site and going through all the information. I've only got 5 people. I did restrict it to 5. I think I had 22 people message in the end, but I only want 5. The main reason for that is I want to start off with 5 small guys, get them educated, get them trading within 6 to 7 months is my goal. Once they're happy trading and just following my plan and trading my strategy, I am confident then that they can help me then bring in more people who we can then educate further along the line. So that's what I need. I need to build my team up. That's what I'm planning to do now. Within 6 months, hopefully, I can start looking at getting some more people involved in the education, help them guys become profitable traders as well, and basically just grow a community. That's what I want. I want a community like most traders. You know, you learn how to trade, you start becoming profitable, you start making decent money, but then there's always that thing missing where you're like, you literally sit behind a computer on your own. So it's very lonesome sometimes trading, because for me, I can't talk to my partner about trading because she hates it. She hates everything about it. She doesn't even want to know how much money I've made, you know. She just doesn't want anything to do with it, and so I can't talk to her about it. So I do want that community where I can, you know, let loose sometimes. Sometimes I have a bad week. I need some support from other people to say, right, listen, this is how it goes. You know, you just concentrate on them losses, move on from them losses, and regain your win rate for next week. On Thursday, for example, I lost 3% of my account, so I lost 1,600 euros. Friday, then I made back 600. So I was still down that 1,000, but the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I was up 6%. So all in all, I think I finished the week at 5%, which is perfect for me. I only aim for 1% a week. So this week was fine. Thursday was a bit of a letdown. I thought about taking the day off Friday, but I carried on with it, and I'm quite glad I did, because I did make a 1% of them losses back. So next week now, as I said, I'm going to go through the charts now. You can see what's happening, see what I'm looking out for, and hopefully it'll make you some money as well. As I said, I'm going to do another little videos like this once or twice a week, going through the important aspects of trading in my opinion. I also want to show you guys how I'm educating as well, so I'll do a few videos of my Zoom calls with my team and show you guys what I'm doing with them, and maybe in a slight way you can get the general ideas of it. It won't be everything, but it'll be most of it. With these guys as well, I'm going to be sharing all my trades, and so they can make money whilst learning, just to make it a little bit more attentive in a way, so people keep at it, keep learning, because that's what it's all about, guys. You do need to, once you start, if you don't get addicted within 3 months, you probably won't keep on, and that's something you need to understand as well. It's not for everyone, reading charts, sitting behind, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do now anyway, guys, I'm going to do some more of these videos for next week anyway. Next video I'll go through mindset a bit more. I'm going to bring up my book, show you guys what I've been reading and so on, so you guys can, if you wanted to, is purchase the same books as I have, so you know you can follow my path if you wanted to, if you do want to have the same life as me in a way. So basically, guys, I'm going to go over to the charts now, go through what I'm looking out for. Okay, guys, so here we are. We're going to be looking at my favorite pairs. So as you can see here, we've got USD CAD was one trade. I actually got out of it in the end, so I just didn't unmark it. I actually got out around here, so I was quite lucky on this. I think I got about 20 pips out of this trade. Yeah, about 26, 25 pips, something like that. That was quite a nice trade. But actually, I'm going to keep this marked. But I'm going to mark it like the others in purple for notice. This one actually is a bit closer, so we'll mark this yellow for more attentiveness. Basically, very simple why I took this trade. I took it on this green closing candle here, because you can see that bullish momentum, that rejection from that 1 hourly trend line. So you can see it's in a bullish trend at the moment, and that was a very nice candle to get into. It did take some time to actually start moving. So, you know, the fourth hour was when, you know, we had that momentum shift, but then pretty much every hour came back down. You can see all these multiple wicks, they all came back down. And I thought it was a Friday, it's getting quite late. What I'll do is just move on from that, really, if I'm honest. I didn't want to stay in it too long, because obviously Friday, most people aren't as bothered in the market, so they all go home and so forth. So that was a trade I took anyway. I'm not really going to go through much of my trades. I just wanted to explain that one. So what I'm looking out for now, I'm going to see what happens at this zone again here. See if we can get rejection from this trend line. And this was my overall target originally at the 132.350 area. So I will be looking for another momentum candle. So let's say we'll get in here as an example when the momentum closes. We'll go for a 15 pip stop. Which should give us enough little wiggle room, and we'll go for a 2-to-1, or we could even reach a 3-to-1 quite easily here. So I'll probably go for a 3-to-1 risk reward on this, so 46 pip, and that also then gives quite a lot of wiggle room if it doesn't quite hit that target. But I think it might even keep going further than that, to be honest with you. It could even go up to these previous highs over here. But what would normally happen is that the price will eventually exhaust. So for an example, if it does hit that area and breaks through, we would normally get a retest on this structure here around this area, somewhere in between these two zones. Let me just draw a zone just to make things easier. So within these two lines, we should get normally a retest around here, and I'll be looking for another bullish move up. You're better off always just taking your profits. Even if it does extend an extra 20-30 pips, I know you've lost out on them 30 pips, but you've also made your profit. So, you know, what do you want to look at? Do you want to look at the glass is half empty or the glass is half full situation? So that's what I said about mindset earlier. So that's what I'm looking for. USD CAD, USD Chef. Then, as I said, this has been, I drew this arrow a long time ago. Last week's analysis, I think I told my brother about this one, and it's literally, well, actually no, we went through it. Do you remember I did the video and I said that it will break this, and I drew them candles? I think it was probably no, I didn't share it. I only put it on Facebook. Sorry, I put it on my Facebook page, and yeah, I expect the price to go down to this area. So far it's done what I've said. It's moving sideways now, it's consolidating a little bit. So I'm just waiting for that momentum. As you can see, my entry would be a bit lower than these previous candles. So I'll wait for a close below that, and then I'll try and get a 60 pip move out of this for a 1.5 out of 1 risk reward. It's already, as you can see, it's broken the trend. The overall trend is at a downtrend. Obviously, you can see that it's completely down. This would technically be a 4-hour consolidation. You know, it's not really doing much, just moving sideways. And you'll also see this major short zone. So this is the overall price where I think price will come to. I think it's going to create a triple bottom here. That's what I'm expecting the markets to do, and then possibly move back up into this area, and we'll look for a nice short opportunity to follow the trend back down. I probably wouldn't buy up to this zone. I'd wait till it comes to it before I actually look for trades. Euro dollar, then I'm not waiting for the price to drop down to this major buy zone and take it back up. Again, you can see that it's in an uptrend. It's consolidating slightly, but it's in an overall uptrend. There's no denying that. So I'm just waiting now for price just to fall down into these two green areas. Look for a certain pattern, either double top, momentum, pin bars, stuff like that I think would give me the edge of the market to actually make a profit out of it. This is a nice 175 pip with a 3.5 risk reward ratio. So I'm hoping that I can get a little buy trade into this, which I would only take it up to here because I'm not sure if it will break this area, which is a major resistance. So I don't know if it will quite break it. That's why my target's just below. Again, same as USD CAD for breaks. I'll wait for the retest and maybe take another long trade on this. As you can see, I don't normally do these colors either. I just started doing them just for the video purpose, really. Normally I just use lines, but what I wanted to do is just make things a little bit more colorful for you guys, really. So these two boxes I drew the day I took a GJ trade, which I'll show you in a second, which is the exact same pattern as this. And I'm also looking at taking that up now as well. So I'm waiting for GU to come into this major sell zone. As you can see, this is the previous structure. It'll be a very nice area to reject from, and we'll go for another 170 pip move. I just need that push up before I can take the short on that. Aussie dollar then. I'm expecting price to fall. So I had a trade from this red candle here. I got out early. It did actually go to my target, but I got out a bit early on Friday. Again, it was just the time. I think it was 4 o'clock my time that I got out because I went swimming with my little girl. And then by the time I finished that, I was in quite a decent amount of profit. I think I had 600 euros profit. So I thought, just finish for the day. You've made back some of your losses. Let's move on. But it would have actually hit target because my trade was something like this. So I didn't quite have, I think I had a 40 pip stop, which it just about hit. I must have got in a little bit higher. I haven't got my phone on me to give you the exact coordinates, but yeah, it was about something like that anyway. And I could have held to get all the way to profit, but I didn't actually expect it to fall that much. So now I'm waiting to hopefully have another rejection from this structure. We can see we broke the trend, so we're waiting for another structure break here, and then we'll short down. I wouldn't short down to the major buy zone just in case, because this structure here is quite important. As you can see from this wick, how fast it rejected from it, and also over here as well, you can see quite a lot of previous rejections. So I'm just going to go down to this blue area, 100 pip move, and maybe if it goes down to my buy zone, I will then take a buy from there. Dollar yen, so there's two possibilities here. You can see there's a flagship pattern here. So what I'm waiting for is a break below, break high. Either way, I'm going to get into this trade either for a 48 pip profit or a 60 pip profit, depending on how it moves. I'm waiting for the break above these wicks here to get into a buy, and if it breaks below these wicks over here, I'll take a sell. And I've got the two zones in which it would finish the flag here, up and down. We've got the high and the low of this major swing. So there's two possibilities for that trade as well, dollar yen. And then lastly, pound yen. So this is a trade I got into. I actually took out 15 pips from this trade. It was one of these wicks. So it was quite annoying because when I was swimming, it came all the way up to around here, 87 pips, and I was hoping it would come to around here at 240, but by the time I seen it, I was right back at entry, and I got out on this wick here, so around 30 pips I got out of it. and I just sort of take my profits and run. I didn't want to hold all weekend, but as you can see, we're at that price level now. So what I'm waiting for is basically just to find out, went back too far, just to find out if we can get another long. So maybe we'll fall down a little bit more to this blue area. If we can, it would be a nicer place to get a buy in. This was a buy limit, so I set the trade up when price was up here somewhere, up on this wick. So when we had this bearish momentum candle here, that's when I got into the buy. It came back up, rejected from this previous wick again, and came right back to entry, which is a bit annoying because if I was watching, I would have, moved my stop loss to 50 pips and would have taken out 50. But either way, that happens. You can't just sit behind a computer and expect it to non-stop go your way. So you need to realize that sometimes there is sacrifices, as I said earlier. So these are the trades I'm looking out for. These are the majors, and hopefully, guys, these will be some winners here for next week. I'm aiming for 500 pips for next week. That's my target every week. 500 pips, 1% per day. If I do get 500 pips, I'll make a lot more than 1%. But what I want to do is try and get at least one of them targets hit. And as I say, I'm going to go do some more videos now as well. Next week, I'm going to start my training. I've just finished the education side of it. Well, almost finished the education side. So I'm going to send that out to the 5 guys that I've got with me. Go through everything that I've basically written up. And from there, then I'll be looking at taking them further in their education, and hopefully soon enough I'll be able to open up a bit more to the public and say, right guys, do you want to learn? Do you want to learn with us? Join us, try and make some money with us. We'll create a community, and hopefully, it be profitable for us all. Thank you all very much for watching. As I said, thank you for the support on the last video. Hopefully I'll get the same amount of love this time around. Please like, subscribe, share to everyone you know, just so I know that you guys actually do appreciate what I'm doing here. And I'll keep on with the content.